of when you think of the word cosmos? You might think of the universe, or you might think of the stars, the planets. You might think of black holes. You might think, oh, it's expanding. The Wikipedia says that cosmos is an alternative name for universe. And then it goes further and says, or its nature or order. And when we look at the origins of the word cosmos, it came from the first one that we know was Pythagoras. And he used the term cosmos with a K to describe the order of the universe. So already we're not just talking about the physical universe. When we say cosmos, we're also talking about the order of it, how it operates, what principles govern it. It has, you might say, more of a personality than just a thing, than just the thing of the universe. And then the Greek philosopher Anaxagoras further introduced a concept of cosmic mind. He called it nous, N-O-U-S, but the cosmic mind which orders all things. So this is an even deeper look at cosmos, and it falls in line with another thing that Wikipedia says, that sometimes religious and philosophical approaches may include the cosmos among spiritual entities or other matters deemed to exist outside the physical universe. So when we're talking about the cosmos, we're really talking about all that is, all things. It's beyond just the physical universe. It would have to be, right? Because the physical universe is expanding. So the question is, well, if the cosmos is just that, then what is outside that's being expanded into, right? I mean, what is that? So the cosmos includes all of that is. The universe is expanding into further areas, cosmos, if you will. And it's really not a physical location. It includes order. It includes all the laws. We talk about cosmic law, and cosmic law is higher than the physical laws that we have, which means that if you're operating under cosmic law, sometimes the physical laws don't hold because it's a higher elevation. It's a higher vibration of law. Well, you might say, Jean, that's all well and good. Thank you for the little primer on the cosmos, but what does that have to do with me? It has everything to do with you. You are a cosmic being. We are all made out of the cosmos. We all have the cosmos within us. We're born out of it. We are cosmic beings. And I think probably all too often we forget that. We think about our the details of our lives. This morning I have to get up and then I have to go here and do this, and then I have to take care of that, and I have this phone call over here, and maybe take my car in for service, or all these things. We think about these details of our lives, and we think of ourselves as someone just attending to those. We don't necessarily include the cosmos in our realm of impact, in our realm of what we consider we are. But if our attention is only on these little things, then we're only going to have little lives. But we're much greater than that. And a greater purpose. We are much greater than just our career, our job, or our family, or our home, the car we drive. Yes, we have those things, and it's wonderful that we have those things. We're grateful for those things as we journey along, but we're more than that. We're here for more than that. Sri Aurobindo, an Indian yogi and poet, says, cease inwardly from thought and word. Look upward into the light and outward into the vast cosmic consciousness. Be with the brightness and the vastness. Then will truth dawn on you and flow in you from all around you. Be with the brightness. Be with the vastness. See, as long as our attention is on the small things, the physical things, we can't hear that greater truth that may be wanting to come in at all times. We have to open up to the vastness of the cosmos and our cosmic nature in order to hear that truth. I don't know about you, but that's the truth I want to be listening to. So how do we look upward into the light and into this vastness? Well, one thing we might do is actually look up. Look up. Last week, I was in a place where walking from one area to another, there were steps, and then there was a little rocky, and I found myself walking with my eyes totally on the ground. And then it hit me, and I looked up just even to eye level, and it's like, oh, there's this beautiful plant here, and oh, look over here, there's a flower, and over here, oh my gosh, look at that hummingbird. There were things that I didn't see because I was looking down. And even at eye level, the world opened up so much more. So one thing we can do to get our cosmic nature going is actually look up even further, to look up into the heavens. There's I know that for some of us, when we're living close to city lights, we look up and we may see a star or two in the heavens. But there's this wonderful app that you can get. It's called Star Tracker Lite. That's what it's called, Star Tracker Lite, and it will show you all the stars that are up there when you look in this direction versus over here. It shows you the constellations. I tested it out this morning. I saw Capricorn and Aquarius, and then all these other stars. See, the looking up into the cosmos allows me to understand I'm part of that. My home is the cosmos. That it is part of what I am. And when I can elevate my consciousness to that level, well, then I can think of myself as coming from the stars. They say we're made of stardust, and I can think of this planet Earth that I'm on as part of my makeup too. After all, we have all of the elements of the earth within us. And then I can start thinking, okay, there's the universe is, well, I'm expanding. There may not be a limit to my expansion. And so when we can think of ourselves as more than just these bodies and these minds, we can begin to think what we thought was impossible before might actually be possible. We might look at a situation that we used to think, oh, that's going to be really challenging, and instead say, oh, I wonder what the cosmos is going to show us, how it's going to show itself in this situation. Be curious about it. Or when we lift up our consciousness in that way, we can look at another person and not see them as something that that we thought about them yesterday, but oh, as a cosmic being, they're expanding too. They're cosmic. They could be totally different today. See, the being able to lift our consciousness in terms of us each being a cosmic being is so beneficial. It's so beneficial. So you might say, okay, well, what are we? Are we in an astronomy class or what? No, this is a center for spiritual living. And really the conversation we've been having is really about God, isn't it? The cosmos, the divine order of all things, that which is all things. That's the presence. Of course, we have adjectives, we have qualities that we believe about the presence. There of course is omnis, right? Omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotence. And then we have things like infinite and eternal. Of course, we love those, and then they're the ones that we really like to pray for, the abundance and the wholeness, health and wholeness and mind and body. Uh, there are all those qualities too. And then there's a fundamental quality, which is that of goodness. See, these are all ways that we use to describe God, but also the cosmic soup that we're a part of. It's all one. Well, there's another quality that we're going to be talking about today that's not so often used in this kind of conversation, and it's the quality of gentleness. Now, we've talked about gentleness this month, talked quite a bit about it, but perhaps not in terms of the cosmos, that the entire cosmos is gentle, and that we can therefore, because we're made of the cosmos, that we can therefore be gentle in all things. Gentleness. Dr. Ryan Nemec says that gentleness is a compound strength. He said it includes being down to earth, having a quiet ego, quick to let things go, having a soft and supportive demeanor, and being oriented toward the others. He boils these down into humility and forgiveness and kindness. But then he says, but there are even more. There, of course, is the deep tenderness for others, which is love, and a high degree of openness and receptivity, which is curiosity. So it's a compound strength. It's a compound. There are several elements that go into gentleness. And sometimes I think we have the idea, well, if I'm gentle, I won't get anything done. There was a person on this planet that got a great deal done, that taught a great deal, that changed many, many lives. And I'm talking about Jesus, the Christed being. He said, come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. A great deal can be accomplished with gentleness. So can we see the entire cosmos as being gentle? Have a feeling of gentleness in looking at all things, and looking at the cars on the freeway, and looking at the person who pushes your buttons, looking at your family, maybe in-laws, to look at all of these things, the most destructive thing in nature. or a person, perhaps a murderer or a terrorist who is intent on killing people? Can we see them with gentleness? And one of the greatest things that we've heard that is a wonderful thing to follow is that saying that was spoken several 2,000 years ago that says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." A gentle way to approach someone done something that we think is really terrible, like they just don't know. They just don't know. Can we be gentle like that? See, if we exclude anyone from our ability to be gentle, then we're really we're saying, okay, these qualities of God, gentleness and love and light and peace and harmony, that they apply to some people, but not those people over there. But do you see what we're doing when we do that? We're creating separation. We're putting people outside of God, which is an impossibility, right? Because God is everything. All that is God. All that is. So what we're doing is we're creating a barrier in our own mind. We're creating a barrier to us being able to see truth, to hear truth when we put people outside of this ability to be gentle, this ability to love. But we're all one. Sometimes when I want to have a little example of this oneness, because it's easy to say, oh, we're all one, right? But sometimes when I want an example, I'll go to the quantum realm, because that just helps me visualize it a little bit better. So maybe it'll help you too. But you know, in the quantum realm, there are these tiny little things called photons. They're the smallest bits of energy. And what we put our attention on makes photons gather there. So this is why if we're focusing on our little details of our lives, the photons are going to gather there, and that's going to be more of what we get. But if we're focusing on the cosmos and us being a cosmic being under cosmic law, then the photons will gather there, and we will have openness, more enlightenment in our own lives. This is fundamental. What you think about, you bring about, except it's the quantum basis for it. It's the quantum basis. So when I can look at it in that way, I see, oh, it is all one. It's all one. I am one with that over there. I am one with this over here. I just put my attention on the rest of me, another part of me, and there, something else appears. Something else gathers. It's really the one power that Lisa was talking about, the one power. And of course, that power is the power of love. It is the power of love. That's what underlies gentleness. Is I would think that if you don't have this ability to love, that maybe we wouldn't be able to be genuinely gentle. Something to consider. So I brought some tools with me today. I like acronyms, and I have an acronym for how we can develop more of this gentle cosmic-ness or cosmic gentleness in our lives. The acronym for today is GEL, G-E-L. Think, oh, that's like product you put in your hair to make it hold. But I'd like to think of it in terms of it helps us hold everything together. It helps hold everything together, this kind of gel. So, so the G stands for gentle, as you might imagine. Now, when I think of gentle, I think of I don't know, for some reason, a little lamb, a little lamb bouncing through the meadow. I don't know why I think of that, but I also think of a mother or father or grandparent holding a baby and how gentle they are. Or I think of, a friend who's really going through a tough time that I can just maybe just hold, just give kind word spoken. um, there are ways that we can be gentle with others. Spinoza says, "I've made a ceaseless effort not to ridicule, not to bewail, not to scorn human actions, but to understand them, to step back from a higher cosmic perspective and say, perhaps they know not what they do." So this is being gentle with others, and it's so important. And it's equally important that we are gentle with ourselves. Equally important. You've probably heard that saying that my mind is a dangerous place for me to be, right? Because I'm always, I've always got this voice going on about what I could have done, should have done, didn't do. We must be gentle with ourselves. We earlier we were talking about, if I'm gentle with one group and not another, that I'm not really in wholeness, I'm not really in the presence, I'm in judgment, I'm in duality, I'm in separation. The same thing goes true is if I cannot hold myself in gentleness. So we want to really practice oneness, we want to really practice being that cosmic being here on earth. Then we've got to include ourselves in the gentleness. We've got to. We are no less than any other when it comes to that. If we don't hold ourselves in gentleness and love, then our gentleness and love is incomplete. So the G stands for gentle. Be gentle. The E stands for expand. We want to be expansive, expand our mind, expand our thoughts, expand what we are aware of, expand possibilities. We want to come to feel the vastness that is this universe and even beyond this universe. The vastness. One way to do that is by looking at something, like say I'm looking at a plant, and instead of saying, "Oh, that plant has nice green leaves and little white petals around a yellow center," instead of saying that, I could look more deeply at, oh, there are pathways within this stem, where these fluids come up from the earth, the nutrients, and the sun shines down, and this wonderful, wonderful process of photosynthesis happens. We can look beyond, and then you can even look beyond that and say these pathways are really energy. They're really the life force. They're God in action. There was an Indian author, Amit Ray, who did this with the chant Om. You might have chanted that Om. Well, he did this. He gave us a wonderful example of how we can expand in our thinking. He says this: Om is not just a sound or vibration. It's not just a symbol. It is the entire cosmos. Whatever we can see, touch, hear, and feel. Moreover, it is all that is within our perception and all that is beyond our perception. It is the core of our very existence. If you think of Om as only a sound, a technique, or a symbol of the divine, you will miss it altogether. Om is the mysterious cosmic energy that is the substratum of all the things and all the beings in the entire universe. It is an eternal song of the divine. It is continually resounding in silence on the background of everything that exists. Woof. That kind of a description will blow you back, right? Cosmic. It's looking at things from a cosmic perspective. So we want to expand our consciousness, expand our awareness, expand how we think of things. That's the E in gel. Now for the last letter, the L, of course it stands for love, right? Love is the foundation of everything. Elizabeth Lesser in Marrow says, deep within the heart of the earth and the marrow of our bones is a compass that quivers to the power of love. That's the grand unifying force that Einstein went to his grave still searching for. I believe it is love in its many forms: kindness, passion, connection, empathy, generosity, forgiveness, and the guts to tell the truth. Love is a force. Love is a force. That means that there's energy behind it, that it moves, that it has power. See, love is not just a construct in our brain. It's not just an idea. So really, for us, in order to experience love, we have to feel it. I can't think love. I have to feel love. So there's a line that says, if I have not charity, if love does not flow through me, I'm nothing. 1 Corinthians 13. Love is the fundamental essence of all that is. It undergirds gentleness. It undergirds the cosmos. It is what ties everything together. It is what we're one of. We're one out of it. So just for a second, I'd like to do just a small exercise. If everyone could just close your eyes, if that's comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in the belly. And put your sights on looking up beyond the earth and beyond the sun, even into the universe beyond, among the stars and the planets, even beyond our planets, our solar system. Think of yourself in this vast cosmos. It is infinite. And then imagine a decision gets made to come to this planet. And energies began coming toward you, the energies of courage and of lightness and of beauty and of grace, of truth. And the first thing that we feel when this begins to happen is love. The first compression allows us to feel love as these elements are coming toward us, as they're becoming part of this swirling essence that we are to become. The cosmos is so much in love with all of its beingness that when it creates out of a deep love. And so you might feel this love in your heart, the gentleness, the tenderness, the sacredness. And then breathe this love up and down your body as you imagine yourself coming and gathering more of these beautiful energies and descending and descending. And perhaps there's more form taking place with these energies, and as you're descending, you may even look at one point like an angel with wings, ethereal, and love is present. Love is undergirding all of it. And you descend and descend, and then ever so gently, you land in the womb, and your physical incarnation begins. Out of all of these energies, out of this love, out of this presence, that is what you are. You're truly a cosmic being. So as we move into our treatment for today, we recognize this one presence as the cosmos. And we see clearly that we're made of it. It's what we are. And that our word is power. That we are made of the elements of the cosmos, and therefore we are subject to cosmic law. So we speak our word from that place. That we are each uplifted. That we gather the quality of gentleness in an awareness of our cosmic nature. We gather these and we spread them throughout our lives. We treat others with gentleness. We treat ourselves with gentleness. That anything that might have been hindering us is let go. For it is not of the real, it is not of the true us. The true us is that us that's descended from that element of all that is. We see ourselves doing things that previously were thought to be impossible. We see ourselves focusing on the light and the life, the goodness. Straight through to this and the love that undergirds everything. And we feel it in our bodies. Continually experiencing that presence of love. The word I've spoken is absolutely true. Each of us is now uplifted into that higher realm. And for this, I'm so grateful, knowing that the presence is always loving itself into higher levels of existence. We can do the same. So in gratitude, I let it be. And so it is. Amen. And as we go out this week, we remember our cosmic nature, that we are expansive, that we're founded in love, and that we can be gentle with others and ourselves.